everyone, it's Eunice and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be talking about my ride or die makeup products. So this tag was started by Jaclyn Hill like more than a year ago, I think in December of 2016, I believe. And it took me a while before I actually decided on the products that are right for me, my ride or die products, because I wanted to make sure that, you know, I really love them and I couldn't live without them and they're the ones I wanna choose. But yeah, I am actually a drugstore makeup lover, so this is a good mix of both drugstore and high-end. So yeah, I'm gonna stop babbling now and I'm gonna get on to the video. So the first product is primer. I've just started using, this is totally not fair because I just started using this primer, but I am definitely sure that this is my ride or die primer because it moisturizes my face and it's a good base for my makeup. My original favorite primer was a drugstore product, which is the NYX Angel Veil and the Becca First Light Primer. So that together is this one. So this is the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Priming Moisturizer. So it's a primer and a moisturizer in one. And do note that I have dry skin, so all of these products that I have here are suited for my dry skin. So if you have oily skin, maybe some of the products will not work for you. Again, what works for me doesn't necessarily mean that it works for everybody, and what does not work for me doesn't necessarily mean that it does not work at all. So yeah, anyway, I'm babbling again. But yeah, the reason why I love it, moisturizes my skin while keeping my makeup on the whole day. The next product is my ride or die foundation. So I am a full coverage girl, so I'm going for the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I haven't found a foundation that's as full coverage and as long-lasting as this one without caking up my face. I use this all the time whenever I go to occasions and events. I've tried there are a lot of good drugstore foundations, don't get me wrong. I just have to say that the Estee Lauder sets the foundation bar really high. So what I can say about the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation is that even if I have dry skin, it works well with me even if it's super full coverage. Usually if it's full coverage tapos dry yung skin mo, it could kick up because it's clogging your pores na nga kasi nga it's full coverage. But this one doesn't really do that. And again, I use this all the time. Works the whole day. I used this for graduation a month ago and it was like 90 degrees outside. Our graduation ceremony was in a yard. So I spent like 3 hours there right in the sun and my foundation was still on at like 10-11 p.m. that night. The next category is face powder. Jaclyn originally had just one, but I wanted to do one for loose powder and one for pressed powder. So first is the pressed powder. This is what I use. I usually use pressed powder for like every day. I don't bake my face every day, only on like special occasions and events. So for every day I just use this pressed powder, and I've been using this for over a 4th year of college, so maybe like more than 4 years now. And it's the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I'm in the shade Nude Beige. And then yeah, as you can see, the only thing I don't like about this is that it has a flimsy packaging, and this is already like my 4th or 5th pan, and I'm already about to hit pan on this one as well. Even if it says it's stay matte, with my dry skin it doesn't dry it up at all. It doesn't look dull, and it's just the right coverage for an everyday use, and it's very lightweight for the coverage that it gives my face. The loose powder on the other hand is the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I've used a lot of different loose powders, both high-end and drugstore, and this one sets the bar high. It has a good coverage, it doesn't dry my skin out, and it lasts throughout the whole day. It also creates like a smooth skin look on my face, so mukhang seamless yung face ko. I've used the Laura Mercier, the Cover FF, Stellar powder, and then the Coty Airspun for like loose powder, and this one just really is the best for me, ha. So, and it's also really affordable. That's why it plays a good part on why it's my ride or die, and it's easily accessible because you can get it in the drugstore. I am in the shade light medium, and I use this for both my winter and summer shades because usually it's my liquid foundation that I change up, and then this one, ito lang talaga for throughout the whole year, and it works well. Doesn't give me any flashback at all. Next up is bronzer. So I'm gonna go in with all my face products first. Next up is bronzer. I've only used the NYC Smooth Skin Parfait Sunny Bronzer for like forever until they stopped selling it in the United States. Before, alam ko, nabibili ko siya in Walmart or Target. Now I can't find it anywhere, and that for me is so upsetting because when I talk about my ride or die, I want it to be easily accessible. Like if I run out of it, I just go to the grocery store or like Sephora or Ulta and it's right there. But since nawala na nga yung NYC na bronzer and that was super affordable, $4 lang, tapos okay na siya, I decided to branch out. So I tried yung Rimmel and then the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Those are good bronzers as well, but not as good as the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. I know this is such a mainstream product, but it might be overhyped as well. I just got on the bandwagon and I cannot stop using it. Even the brush itself, I still use it for some reason because I like the shape of it. With the bronzer, I also have a contour product because I am a contour and bronzer kind of girl. So I also have the Benefit, the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. To be specific, my favorite is, my ride or die is this shade right here, which is Shadowplay. And it's just the perfect contour shade for me. It's so perfect for my tan skin. That's why I love it. And usually I have a hard time finding the perfect shade because I am morena, which is, you know, this tan olive undertone kind of skin. And yeah, the Shadowplay is just so perfect and it lasts throughout the whole day. I'm not a fan of reapplying makeup as the day goes by. That's why all the products that I like are really long lasting even without a setting spray. But of course, I set my face with a setting spray. Anyway, next product is the blush. For blush, it was actually a tie between the Tarte blushes and this Milani baked blush. But for the Tarte blushes, I don't have a specific kind of I don't have a specific shade in mind. That's why I was like, maybe it's not ride or die for me because I can't choose a specific shade. The only thing that I like about it is that it's really long lasting. Pero going back, I was like, but I do have a ride or die blush and it's this Milani baked blush in the shade Berry Amore. I use this for every day and I just started to discover this last month or so, but I use it for every day, as in every look that I make, I use this one and it's so versatile. And it, again, for a drugstore product, it lasts throughout the whole day, and when I diffuse it on my face, it just looks so natural and it has a little sheen to it, which makes it a lot better because it doesn't look that dull. For highlighter, oh my gosh, I didn't expect this because at first I was like, loose highlighter when I was getting this, and it was super hyped up all over Instagram and YouTube. Loose pigment highlighter, isn't that super messy? But then again, I love my loose face powder, so why not try this out? So I was like, okay, Colourpop Luster Dust in the shade Au Revoir, and oh my gosh, I can't stop using it. Like the Berry Amore, this goes well with any eyeshadow look. It's kind of a bronzy, peachy glow, and it's glittery, but it doesn't accentuate texture on my face. So it's kind of beaming if I wanted to. As in, pag hindi ko lang siya i-diffuse ng sobra, if I don't blend it that well, it's gonna be super beaming, which is okay for me for like events and whatnot. But for everyday, I like to blend it a little bit more. But as you can see, it's still beaming, and that's what I like about highlighters too. Is at first I wasn't a fan of it, but now I'm like, so cute. But yeah. And again, this one lasts throughout the whole day. Usually face products like blush and highlighters, the bad one, not the bad ones, but not the ones that are not at par with what I like. At the end of the day, I can't see it anymore, or like may sheen na lang. But this one, I apply it in the morning, I go home, it's still the same. So my all-time favorite setting spray is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I've tried a lot of drugstore dupes na rin. Nothing comes close to the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Iba talaga yung pag-spray niya on your face. It's so refreshing. It melts your makeup on your face super nicely. It creates this whole different look after I apply my setting spray. That's why whenever I try to create a makeup look, I don't stop when it's not yet, you know, when I haven't applied my setting spray, because the setting spray really does something to it that it makes the makeup melt on your face really nicely. So nag-iiba talaga siya when it's already set with a setting spray. And of course, the best property of the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray is all-nighter nga, diba? So it really does make your makeup last the whole day. Even if I use a blush that isn't as long-lasting, once I've applied this, the whole night, it's still there. And it also works well when I spray it on my brush with like glitter eyeshadow. It really makes my eyeshadow stick on my face. Yung mga glitter, that's what I meant. I've just started using the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. I know that a lot of other people's favorite product then, pero I've just started using it, so I can't really say anything more about it. It makes my makeup melt nicely on my face too, but I'm not sure about the longevity of it as far as like the wear of the makeup. So for eyeshadow palette, my ride or die is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. Originally, it was the Modern Renaissance one. But then they came out with this one this spring, I believe. Yeah, spring. And it has a lot of more soft glam nga, diba? More natural, more neutral, wearable shades that I can actually use for every day and for also like more of a glam look. So I think that this is a lot more versatile than the Modern Renaissance palette, and that's why I like it. It's still the same formula though. It has a little bit of kickback, but I like how it sets on my skin after my setting spray na. So you just really have to be careful with the fallouts, and that's why I like applying my eyeshadow first before my foundation because of the fallouts. Other than that, super duper worth it. This eyeshadow palette is the best purchase that I've made this year for myself. The only problem about it is I don't think it has like an inner corner shade because all the the shimmer shades are kind of a little too dark for inner corners. So that's the only con that I have with it. But other than that, it's my ride or die eyeshadow palette. I can use this like when I travel. I can like survive with just this palette, and it's also small enough for me to take wherever. And the fact that the packaging is like the cardboard one, I'm not a huge fan of actually this packaging because I think it's a little too cheap for a high-end product, but it makes sense for traveling because it wouldn't really break your shadows inside like when it falls or whatnot. The next product is the mascara. So for mascara, I love my L'Oreal Lash Paradise and my Maybelline Lash Sensational, but my only problem is when it comes to like summertime and the heat is so strong. Even if they are both waterproof mascaras, they tend to kind of smudge on my lower lash line, which makes me have panda eyes. So that's no. My ride or die mascara is actually the Heroine Make Volume and Curl mascara. No, long and curl actually long and curl yung favorite ko talaga, but this is what I have right now, which is the volume and curl. This one separates the lashes and lengthens them and gives it volume, as in the whole day. Don't need to wear falsies anymore. This one sets the bar high for all the other mascaras out there because it doesn't smudge and it maintains the volume. So the next product is for brows, and then my ride or die brow product is the Benefit Kabrow because it's super easy to use. It's a high-end product, but it's so affordable. I know at first you'll be like, how is it affordable? It's like a $23 product. But then if you come to think of it, this one lasted me for more than a year now. Yes, more than a year. And to be fair, on regular days, I actually use this. I know I alternate other products because I do try out a lot of other products, but I've been using this for almost every day and look at how much it still has. So that I can say is what makes it affordable, and the fact that it's actually like a pomade kind of formula, so you don't have to actually apply brow gel anymore after, unless you have really unruly brows, then maybe you do. But for me, it's super affordable and gives you the bang for your buck. It just helps shape my brows to however I like it, and I actually use, for most brow products, I don't use the brushes that comes with it, but this one is actually a lot more usable because you can attach the brush to the cover, and then it makes it a lot easier to apply the product on your brows. Okay, the next product is I don't think Jacqueline had a eyeliner product on her original ride or die tag, but I actually want to add one because I have one. It's a Stila Stay All Day waterproof eyeliner. To be fair, this is a year. I've had this for a year and 6 months now, and it still works like the first day I got it, and hindi pa rin siya ubos. So it's a waterproof liquid eyeliner. It stays on all day. Just be careful though if you touch your face because it's not as smudge proof as, you know, my other eyeliners like the Heroine Make. Yun lang. Yung sa Heroine Make, it doesn't have the perfect tip. So the Heroine Make tip is a little too thin. So a lot of times when I do a wing, I have to go back and then it messes it up. This one has a perfect tip that one swipe for a wing, it's the perfect wing already. And then we go to the lip products. So I don't really have a specific lipstick favorite or lip gloss favorite. I do have a lip liner and a liquid lipstick favorite. So for the lip liner, in general, Wet n Wild Gel Lipliners are my favorite because they are retractable, as you can see, and they glide on super smooth on my lips, and they have a lot of shades for only $2.99, and they perform amazing like your other high-end lip liners out there. For lipstick, for the liquid lipstick, on the other hand, my current ride or die product is with a formula and formula and shade is the Urban Decay Vice Liquid Lipstick. I don't know if they're discontinuing this and recreating a new formula, but okay, the reason why I like this is because it's transfer proof and it's not as sticky as any other liquid lipsticks, and the shade is super perfect. This is again the shade 1993, and this is my ride or die favorite shade because it's neutral enough that I can wear it with anything that I want, and it's also dark enough to dress up my whole and wrap up my whole makeup look. And it also is long lasting. Even if I eat like oily food or like drink a lot of liquids throughout the whole day, it's still there, and I only like reapply it once in a like entire day of like wearing it in the morning until the evening. That's the maximum reapply that I do. It's in fact amazing. Okay, so this wasn't supposed to be last, but I forgot to talk about it. My ride or die concealer is, I didn't want to do this because I feel like this is everyone's favorite, but nothing beats the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, as in, oh my gosh, sobrang worth the money because it hides my bags and it doesn't crease. For the most part, almost all my concealers that I use, I've tried the Urban Decay Naked Concealer, like all these drugstore concealers, but this Tarte Shape Tape Concealer is just the best. It doesn't crease, it blends so well, and it covers the bag. Short, it does the job. So it's super worth it if you're looking for a concealer. Ito talaga, invest in the Tarte Shape Tape because it is the best. I've never loved a concealer as much as my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. So if you're someone who's like, oh my gosh, that's such an overhyped item, no, it's worth the hype actually. So yeah, that's all my ride or die makeup favorites. My ride or die makeup products. I really love these types of videos, like favorites and ride or die makeup videos, because it shows me other makeup products that I'm not familiar with, and then it makes me want to try it, so it adds on to like what I actually like. Is that what I meant? Yeah, that's what I meant. But yeah, if you have your own ride or die makeup products, don't forget to comment it down below, or if you have a video, link it down below and I'll be sure to watch it. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more makeup videos, hauls, vlogs, and whatnot, don't